I want to bash all my friends who are in school and stuff too. But I hope that they do ask themselves truly deeply while they're going through these courses why they're doing it. It was college. At some point was me convincing myself that I really wanted to be a physical therapist.
Yeah.
And some people would actually say that it's my dream to be a physical therapist. And I'm like, that's your dream? My dream was to be a race car driver or an astronaut or something, crazy. I want to be a rock star. That's a dream.
We talked in a lot of ways, you're to blame for this course happening. I mean, it was a Georgetown course. You emailed me when you saw people publishing and I want to do this. But you had this really specific thing. You were like, I'm sort of thinking about maybe I need this change in my life. You were 27. You'd been working, like you said, kicked down a little bit. Mm-hmm. And you said I want to do this, but I'm not going to graduate school. Yeah. And so in some ways, you helped me reframe this a bit as this has kind of been your graduate school. So talk about a little bit of where you were and why you didn't want to get an MBA, or why what you were thinking about it.
When I saw what you did with your class, that was completely different. It was what you were doing was empowering your students to answer the questions that I've been asking for years. Mm-hmm. And I knew, and I was at a tipping point with my job where I knew I didn't want to go back to school, but I wasn't learning anything more at my job. Right. I was wasting 40 hours a week, at a desk, just in a routine. I truly felt like I was investing in myself with what you were doing, as opposed to, getting your degree it was a shell of investing in yourself. Yeah. There was no, you were just hoping that people would tell you right. that you did these things, right. That's it. There's still a disconnect there. So that's how it is for me. This is my MBA. This is a way that the process that you've implemented is something that I can use for anything else that I want to learn. You know what's funny about the emails that I sent you is I actually almost started working with Jason at that time. It was I was frustrated with work, but he's like, "You want to do some part-time sales for me? It would be 100% commission." So I was like, okay. So he started setting me up with some accounts and just within the company. So I was a part-time sales employee, and he sent us an email on just all these he's like, "This is the best article I've seen on cold emailing and cold email templates." And I use those cold emails on you. I used those tactics. You were my first sales experiment.
Yes.
And it worked. It did. It absolutely worked.
Here we are 9 months later with a book in your hand and 100 people following behind you. Kind of wild to see.
I sold you and stuff, and then I wrote the book on sales, and not even realizing that it was just such it's bananas how it all came together. How I didn't see what I was doing all at the same time anyway.
I didn't either, right? I sort of had no idea that it was that. I knew that it was cool, but I didn't quite realize that there was some opportunity to. It's humbling, as you said, to sort of see. It's awesome for me because now I see you and I'm I remember you back then to now, and it's you are fundamentally awesome to sort of see how you have this different sense of just all these sorts of things, right? Clarity, confidence, but also I think it's neat to sort of say there's a lot more work to be done.
There's even more work to be done than you ever thought. Yeah. But you're excited about it now. Yeah. That's the big thing. Once I got out of that, once I realized that while I enjoyed what I studied in school, it didn't apply to the career that I wanted to do. Not that I knew exactly what that was yet, but that's exactly the problem. I didn't know what it was yet. Right. So there was a lot of asking of me to make that decision with not enough information. Right. Sometimes those degrees will provide you a sense of stability. Yeah. You'll get a job and that's all you really want out of your career is the stability to do other things. And the other things that you want to do, and that allots you to start a family. Yeah. Move to a place that you want to go. Yeah. If that enables you to do the things that you want to do, then run with it. Right. I didn't have it in me. Yeah. Those aren't the things. Those aren't in line with what I wanted right now. I love being free. I love the idea that if I want to move to Europe next month, I could do that. Right. and I'm seriously thinking about these sorts of things. You know, where do I want to go? Because I see so much value for myself in different experiences, big experiences, while I don't have, a lot of other responsibilities that I want to maximize that for as long as I can.
And you have it was interesting, like some of this was spurred by some of kind of your heroes out there, right? Like Tim Ferriss, Tucker Max, like there's a lot of these folks that kind of are Gary Vee, like all these people are talking about this new sort of world out there, and yet it feels so far off. What have you sort of learned in your experience about, like, because I remember, you love podcasts, you love these people who are sort of hacking life. How's it feel to sort of now see a pathway for that for yourself?
It's pretty humbling because humbling, and then also humbling, and also it closes the gap of status. Yeah, for sure. I see the product, because all of them really do talk about it. Tim Ferriss especially talks about his battles with depression and everything. Your problems don't get solved when you get to that level. There's still there's something else that everyone wants to figure out. All those influencers are still trying to figure out for themselves that really makes them happy. And that's where I feel like I'm on the same level with them, is that's what our primary objective is. What we do outside of that is that's where our personal interests are and what we're good at. That's where that falls into. And that's why I know I'm never going to be Tucker Max. I'm never going to be Gary Vee. I'm never going to be these people. And that's awesome. Like I don't want to be another, them. But they all do have that emphasis on the process and love in the process of what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And that's priority number one now. So as long as that drives me, maybe I get to the point where I have a podcast with them, and we're talking, on a same level. Maybe there's more value that I can provide to people. Like if I can provide value to larger masses like that and doing something that I love, that's not necessarily it, but that's the level that maybe I'd be okay with plateauing for a little extended period of time. So it's I feel really lucky that I found this out now. Yeah. And whatever way we can spread this so other people can get some real value out of their education, out of a class, I want to make that happen for them. So, and they get but worst case scenario is you're a published author. I mean, that's pretty freaking cool within itself. So
it's true.